Happy summer solstice, everybody! Today is finally the first day of summer. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, the rising temperatures in the atmosphere are melting the ice caps and slowly destroying the only known inhabitable planet in our solar system. Summer. But we're not going to be talking about climate change today. We're going to be talking about hair change. Today is actually the very first day of summer, and so to kick off the very first day of summer, I am ending my 5 days of summer series, which doesn't make sense. I probably should have started it on today, but alas, today is the last video of my 5 days of summer series. So if you haven't seen the other 4 videos yet, I will link all of them down below and you can go check them out to get yourself in the summer spirit. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 super simple, easy, heatless hairstyles for the summertime. Honestly, you and I both know that we're gonna end up getting super sweaty this summer and debating on whether or not we should shave our head at least once or twice and ending up just resorting to putting our hair up in a messy bun. However, I'm going to be sharing with you some easy hairstyles that at least we can pretend we will attempt at least once and then again end up resorting to putting our hair in a messy bun. I'm just gonna get started. So this is my natural hair texture, not my natural hair color, as you can see from the roots growing in. So my hair is naturally wavy, as you can see. The only pieces that I have done anything to are the front couple pieces. So I used a little curling wand on the front pieces because if I don't do that, my bangs will like curl forward and they are horrendous. So that is all that I've done. However, I want to get my hair a little bit more beachy, a little bit more wavy, even though it is already pretty wavy. But if you don't have naturally wavy hair or naturally curly hair, I guess, you can use like a sea salt spray or a texture spray. So I'm going to be using this Make Waves sea salt spray. It's by Baha Zen, and I actually got it off of Free People, but I think you can get it off Baha Zen's website. Basically, it's just this sea salt hairspray. I mean, literally, you could probably just use like sea salt and water if you really wanted to, but I love the smell of this. So I'm just going to spray this in my hair and just kind of scrunch it up a little bit just to get that texture. It smells so good. I'm just kind of scrunching up my hair. I mean, honestly, you could just use water if you really wanted to, but I'm just using this. So I feel like this is just kind of like a hairstyle itself, just wearing your hair down but putting in some textured spray to give it a little bit more voomph. But we want to be a little bit more creative today, so I'm going to be sharing with you some interesting hairstyles, but they're super, super simple to do, so you don't have to be like an expert hair magician to be able to accomplish these. So the first hairstyle that I'm going to be showing you is so simple. I'm actually going to be using some little barrettes or clips. I got a pack of, I don't know how many there are, like 8 from Urban Outfitters, but you can find these anywhere. The kind of more unique they are, I feel like the better if you want to have like kind of an interesting hairstyle. And I have some different patterned ones. So I think for this hairstyle, I'm going to take this little tortoise shell one and this kind of like leopard print one, and I'm going to be using both of these. So you can do this a couple of different ways, and I'm going to be showing you, even though I'm still considering this one hairstyle. You can kind of like mix and match it. Again, obviously you can use more than 2 barrettes or clips if you want to, or you can use different patterned ones or bigger ones or cooler ones. I've seen the ones that are like that big and there's just like one big one, which I feel like is a pretty bold move, but I'm just gonna be using kind of these basic ones. But again, I'm like mixing and matching the patterns if you want to get a little funky. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to like literally, I'm just gonna clip this side right there, and this is kind of where you can go both ways. So you can put 2 on one side, like mix and match. I mean, if you wanted to, you could literally add a 3rd one and just be like super crazy and have like 3 different ones if you want to be like that. So you can just have it on one side, or you can do it on both sides. So I'm taking 2 of the same clips again, and I'm just gonna do the exact same thing on this side. So my hair is parted in the middle, which I feel like is better for this because it's like more symmetrical, but it doesn't really matter. And then sometimes what I like to do is pull out a couple pieces of hair just so it doesn't look so put together. I kind of like having like a little messy finish to it. So I'm just gonna pull out a couple pieces of hair and have them kind of hanging down. So this is the first look. So for hairstyle number 2, it is very, very similar to the one that I just showed you, but it's a little bit more intricate, I suppose, and looks a little bit more, I don't know, like you actually tried really hard. Like I said, pretty much the same thing, but you're gonna take some pieces of hair kind of out if you want to, and you're gonna take kind of like the front couple pieces, so like this, and if you want to you can braid it, but I'm just gonna keep it really simple and just kind of twist it And you can twist it like all the way in the back if you want to, but I'm just gonna twist it until it's kind of like at the very middle of the side of my head. And I'm just gonna take a clip. I think maybe I'll go with gold this time. And I'm going to just clip it right there. If you wanted to, you could add multiple clips. You could add like a big one or an interesting one. And again, if you want to only keep this on one side and keep the other side normal, you can do that, but I'm gonna do it on both sides for this one. So we have one clip here, and then I'm just gonna do the exact same thing to this side. And like, I like to have a couple pieces of hair just kind of out, just to look like a little bit more messy, but that's just kind of the style I like. So I'm just twisting it again, and then I'm just gonna twist it right there, so it kind of gives this little like halo effect, but it doesn't go all the way to the back. And that is literally it. This is like my go-to hairstyle if I want to keep my bangs out of my face, especially in the summertime when my forehead is sweating. You do not want any hair on your face, so it's so nice to have these hairstyles to kind of like keep the hair back but still look really cute, and you can still wear your hair down and it's like not as uncomfortable. So this is look number 2. Okay, so for the third look, again, it is very similar, but it's a little bit more complicated than the next. So we're kind of just going up a little tier here. So this time you're gonna take a little bit more hair. So you're gonna kind of take the whole front pieces of your hair, kind of like there. And if you want, again, like you can braid it, but I'm just going to twist it back. So I'm probably gonna take maybe like that much. And I'm going to twist it all the way to the back of my head. So I will try to kind of show you guys here, but I need a clip first. I'm going to take these little black and white ones, and you're going to put it all the way in the back, so it's literally like a halo, and then just clip it. So like that. And then you're just going to do that for the other side. So again, take some hair. And if you want, you can use more than one clip because it's a lot more hair than the first couple of hairstyles. So again, you're going to take it and you want to kind of try to match it up to the other side. So it should look kind of like that. Actually, I kind of think it's easier to clip it up. It might look messy, which mine probably does, especially because I literally can't see the back of my head. And then again, like what I do with most of my hairstyles is I'm just gonna take out a couple of the pieces and make it look a little bit more loose. So just like this. And I like to wear this hairstyle if I'm going out or something and just want to look a little bit more fancy, or if I'm just having a bad hair day. Honestly, instead of slapping on a hat or putting my hair in a bun, I'll just like pull the pieces back and I look put together, but also it took me like 2 seconds to do. So this is hairstyle number 3. All right, so for hairstyle number 4, we are going to do a braid. You can either do a normal braid or you can do a fishtail braid. So I'm going to be doing a fishtail braid. For me, I just like them because they're a little bit more messy looking and more beachy in my opinion. I mean, they're called fishtail braids, so I mean. If you don't know how to do them, I will try to give you a very brief tutorial, but honestly, I think they're really easy. I learned how to do them in like 5 minutes by watching a video, so if my tutorial doesn't help you, then I'm sure you can find another video that's a lot more thorough, but I will try to show you what I'm doing. So instead of a normal braid where you take 3 pieces of hair and weave them together like this, you are actually only going to be taking 2 pieces of hair. So what you want to do is you want to split your hair just in half. So you have 2 chunks like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece from each side and pull it into the other side. I'm going to take a piece while still holding onto them from this side. So maybe a piece like this big, and I'm going to wrap it over to the other side and hold it with the other hair that I'm holding. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side while still holding onto the hair that I just grabbed. So take another piece from the outside end and pull it over to this side. And you're literally going to just continually repeat that until you get to the desired length that you want. It's amazing. This coffee got my heart racing. Zipping around the track, nope, I'm pacing. Steady wins the racing, let's face it. I hate you, but really you my favorite. Okay, so this is the length that I want it to be. You can keep going if you want. I'm just gonna take a scrunchie and just knot it at the very bottom. The fishtail braid, when it's done, should look like this. So what I like to do to make it a little bit messy is you can kind of pull apart the pieces and kind of pull it apart at the top so that it gets more loose. And I just like to kind of like pull out pieces here and there, make it a little bit, just like, I don't know, not too perfect. I don't really like when my hair looks like super perfect. So just kind of like mess it up, do whatever you want to it, and make it kind of like a loose, messy braid. Okay, so now I have my braid. If you want, you can also do a side braid and just essentially do the exact same thing as I did in the back, but just towards the side. But you could leave it like this and just have like a nice simple braid, pull some more pieces out around your hair and make it a little bit, I don't know, loose. Or you can also add some barrettes. So basically what I did in the first 2 hairstyles, you could do with this braid in your hair. So I'm just gonna show you really quick. I'm just gonna take, I think, some black ones. Basically just going to, again, like do what I did in the first hairstyle and just take like a couple pieces of hair and just kind of super like messily just kind of like pin them back. So again, like it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just take some pieces and kind of like clip them back and then just like pull out some more pieces and just make it messy. I feel like this hairstyle is very like, I don't know, like medieval princess or something, and I really like it. I think it's really cute and it still looks beachy and casual, but it did take a little bit longer, but also it's still pretty simple. It's still pretty simple to do, and again, if you don't know how to do a fish braid or don't want to learn, you can just do a normal braid, which I'm sure hopefully most of you guys know how to do, and if you don't, you can easily look that up and learn in like 10 minutes. So this is hairstyle number 4.
You've been running through mine every day, it's like vague.
So hairstyle 5 is going to be a messy bun. However, we're gonna spice things up a little bit. I couldn't leave a messy bun out because I feel like you need to have at least one updo for the summer when it's just way too hot. The only options you have are either shave your head or put it in a bun. Okay, so I'm gonna be using a scrunchie, which I highly suggest because first of all, it won't damage your hair as much. Scrunchies are also very trendy right now, very in, and they're cute and just kind of make your bun look a little bit more cute. What we're gonna be doing, if you don't know how to make a bun, then I'm gonna show you how I do it, but I feel like everyone kind of does it differently. I'm just going to gather my hair up, and I like my buns to be pretty high up because honestly, eventually they end up just like slowly making their way down to the nape of my neck. So I'm just gonna be gathering my hair, not too perfectly. Again, I feel like you guys kind of get the gist of my hairstyles. So just gathering it, and I'm basically just gonna be twisting it. And then when I get to the very end of the bun, I'm gonna be taking the hair and actually tucking it. You can see I'm gonna be tucking it into the bun. So if you have super straight hair or just really thin hair or not a lot, like, or not super long hair, you may not be able to do this. But if I do that, my hair will actually stay in a bun. And if I don't have a hair tie, sometimes if I haven't washed my hair in a couple days, this will stay in for a while. However, I am going to secure it with a scrunchie, but first I'm going to kind of loosen it. And then I'm just gonna take it, pull it a little bit to make it even more loose, and then I'm just gonna wrap my scrunchie over twice, and I also like to pull it again. You can kind of like make some of the hairs looser, make the bun even more messy if you want to. Honestly, eventually my bun will just start getting way messier than it is, so I kind of just will leave it like that. Going to pull some pieces of hair out, and you can pull out as much as you want. If you have bangs, pull them all out, I guess. And for this hairstyle, obviously, again, like you can leave it just like a normal bun, a normal messy bun, very, very simple. But I'm gonna show you a couple of ways to spice it up a little bit. So the first one is I'm going to take out some more of my bangs because I have quite a bit. That's probably good. Might do some on this side, maybe not as much. So once again, you could leave it just like this with your bangs out, and I feel like that's really cute. Or we can go back to our clips and do another little clip thingy. I'm just going to take some of this and twist it and pin it back, and then have some pieces of hair still. I actually might take another one just to kind of secure it more and add to the accessories. So you can do that and add some cute little clips in. You could also do it to the other side. I mean, the possibilities are endless with these. You can do whatever you want, really. I mean, you can just add one. Another thing instead of clips is I'm going to take this like vintage scarf that I have that I've rolled up into kind of like a headband sized material, and I'm going to actually tie it up in my hair. You can have the knot go up if you want, which is kind of like the you know, the feminist icon lady, we can do it or whatever. That's kind of what it reminds me of. If you don't want that, you can twist it this way and just have like a normal headband and then tie it in the back, which I also think is pretty dang cute. Again, this is another good way to kind of keep the bangs out of your face, and obviously if your hair is up, I feel like it's just like a nice way to look cute, but also like, hi, I'm hot as fuck and I'm sweating my balls off, but here is my cute hairstyle. So this is hairstyle number 5. All right, so those are the 5 easy breezy summer hairstyles for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've never done a video like this before. I also really hope you guys enjoyed this 5 days of summer series. Please let me know if you did and which video was your favorite, and also what other videos you'd like to see me make this season, this summer. So that is the end of my series, but I will continually be that is the end of my series, but I will continue with my regular upload schedule of Tuesdays and Fridays. So stay tuned for next week's video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.